There's a lot in this life that we take for granted. I don't think we realize how privileged and how blessed we are to live in the time that we live in. I mean, I can't grow up, thinking how many times that I had it so much worse than someone else. When reality is, I'm living like a king compared to a lot of people. And this just kind of sums up a lot of the Eastern world that I live in, at least. But the convenience of everything that we have today, they would have died for something like this 100 years ago. And this really puts it in perspective when you can understand how good of it a time that we live in is right now. I mean, never ever in history have we had access to all the things we have access to now, such as food. I mean, think about how easy it is to just go down the street. Sorry, I just did some freaking sprints for like the first time ever. And boy, whoever told me those were easy, they were lying. I'm still recovering. But think about how easy it is to just go down the street and grab a Big Mac or grab something from a gas station, grab a little snack, something to just ease your hunger for the moment. Like, it's so easy to just get the things that, we need. It's so easy to get these things. We have access to it more than we ever did before. And it's the beauty of technology. It really is. Technology is meant to make life easier, make things more accessible. And, the age we live in today, technology is peak, right? And it's only going to get better. I mean, how easy it is to connect with someone on the other side of the world in just a click of a button, or research anything you want by just the touch of your fingertip. We have access to pretty much anything we want at the end of our fingers. And I think the convenience of all of this, the comfortability of all of this, has led to just so many of us just taking everything we have for granted, because now it's pretty much normal, whereas we don't even consider the fact that, there's someone else who doesn't have any of the things that we have. Or 100 years ago, no one could have even dreamt of the things that we have today. And so when you really put it into perspective, when you think about how blessed we truly are, you learn to appreciate the little things a lot more. And I've realized that this is essential in my well-being, my joy, my peace, my happiness, and just my day-to-day life and my gratitude for life, because life is amazing. Life is really good. And sometimes I think we need to look back and see how far we've truly come, or just really pay attention to the little things that we have in life to really appreciate the goodness that's all around us. I think we get so caught up in the comfortability of everything and the necessity of everything, the access to everything that we have. And that's why we always want more, right? Because we've kind of been brought up in a generation to where you can get whatever you want, whenever you want it. And this is just the world we live in today. And so when this is the case, you can imagine that there's always going to be that desire, that want for something more. And reality is, it's pretty draining, for me at least, because you'll never truly have enough, if this is your mindset, at least. And so if you can't learn to be content with all the things that you currently have, why should you expect to have more? I'm beyond blessed to have grown up in a household with a loving family and clothes and food that I can have whenever I want, and a shelter. Like, there's so many people that don't even have these basic things that a lot of us just overlook every single day, right? But ultimately, I think this is where a lot of the problems that we encountered today stem from, which is just the fact that everything is so easy and convenient that if something doesn't go your way, then it instantly seems like a burden to us. It instantly seems like a burden. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna use a college reference right here. My Grubhub order didn't go through for my online fast food pickup order at Panda on campus. Now I have to wait another hour. Like, bro, how lucky, how blessed are you to even be able to order food from your phone and just go in and pick it up and leave without even have to talking to anybody? Like, it's so easy. Like, life is so good. And we complain about all the little things. Think about all the little things we complain about, because that's what they are. Reality is they're very minuscule problems to what people are actually encountering in the world today. or what we've actually had to deal with in the past. The problems we deal with today are majoritarily very little problems, and we act like they're the biggest things in the world. And I'm guilty too sometimes. There's a lot of things that I deem as just inconvenient, and whenever things are inconvenient, it's easy to get upset at the world, and easy to get frustrated, and easy to wish that something could have gone a different way, or that you could have something more, something better. But man, we're so lucky, we're so blessed. And I need to think about that more. I need to wake up every day reminding myself that I am blessed. Just to see another day is a blessing. And even the days that we have here on earth, we take so many of them for granted. We never wake up and ask ourselves, how can we make the absolute most of this day? I really want to try and do a better job about that, because every day we have is a blessing. Because we can quite literally choose to do whatever we want to do, to make whatever we want to make out of this life. And it starts with you living day to day. Stop worrying so much about the future. Stop looking too far behind you. Just be present and worry about, what does this day ahead of me have in store for me? How can I make the most out of this day? It starts from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Every single thing that you encounter in this life, you have the opportunity, you have the choice to make it for better or worse. And I don't know about you, but I want to leave this life having known that I made this place better than it was before I came here. And I feel like that's my mission here on earth. I think that's what God has called me to do. And I need to remind myself that every single day. And that's what's so easy to do, is let the inconveniences of life, let the flow of life just kind of carry us, rather than us taking control of life, taking control of our days. And again, man, comfortability kills. Comfortability really does kill the soul. It's so easy to think that all these things that we have that are super convenient, and all these things that make us feel comfortable and happy, are normal. But reality is, these are just new things. These are brand new things that we have and that we're blessed with to have in this life. These never existed in history, the world we live in today, how easy it is to have whatever you want. And I think that this is really killing a lot of society. I think comfortability kills society, because people don't know how to work anymore. People don't know how to be grateful for the little things in life. People don't know how to be grateful for the things that they already have. Because this life, what it tells you, what it pushes on you, is that there's always more, and that there's something that can always be better. And if something doesn't meet your expectations, if it doesn't meet your convenience, then it's a burden. But it's not all about us. It's not all about what we can get out of what life has for us. It's not all about the things that we want to go our way. I think one of the biggest aspects of figuring out who you are and learning about yourself is by putting others before yourself. But what does the culture say? What does society tell you? Put yourself first. Put yourself first. And so you see how these are completely reversed. Not to say that's not good to, prioritize your needs and make sure that you're in good health, and to make sure you're in good mental health and well-being, and make sure that you're living a comfortable life for yourself and a good life for yourself. But you're never going to learn about yourself more than you would if you put others before yourselves and you seek how you can serve other people. Right? We live in this, I've heard people call it like an individualistic society, where everything has to meet our expectations, our standards for a good life. And if those standards aren't met, then it's not good, and we shouldn't waste our time with it. But think about every single day that we live in, everything that happens throughout the day. There's so many inconveniences in our life, and we act like if it's not in our control. Just think about how many things happen day to day that are out of our control. Are we supposed to act like these things that are out of our control are a burden to us? Should we let these things frustrate us? Should we let these things anger us? No, because they're out of our control, so why should we care? We're only in control of the things we have control over. Right? If you're driving, someone pulls out in front of you, and they don't see you. You're going to get all mad, you're going to honk your horn and be like, man, why'd you do that? Why are you trying to ruin my day? No, obviously not. He didn't see you. It was an accident. And there's so many things that happen every single day that we think, it's almost like we think the world's against us. But this isn't true. If God is for us, who can be against us? We have the ability to make whatever we want out of this life. It's all about your outlook on everything. It's all about perspective. You know, I feel great sympathy for the people who have observed the world and have opened their mind to the fact that there's other realities of this life that people live, and that the comfortabilities that we all live in, that most people live in, isn't normal, and that we should truly be grateful for all that we have, because there's so many people other than yourself that are living far below the standard that you live in. And when you can understand this, so you can truly grasp the idea that this is the best time to be alive. It truly is. Regardless of all the BS that you see on the internet, all the BS that you see going on in the world, this is the best time to be alive. And I'm fully confident in that. So maybe the key to realizing that is stop looking at what the world's telling you. Just focus on your life. Focus on your life and open your eyes to the little things in life and appreciate it, because they're good. And God is good, and this is God's creation. Right? The people around you, God created them in His image. It's not, a woman isn't a Barbie doll. Just because that guy has that look on his face doesn't mean he hates you, doesn't mean he thinks he's the king of the world, doesn't mean his ego is bigger than his head. It's just another dude. I'm rambling on a little bit, but I think you get the point I'm getting at here, is that there's truly something to be grateful for in every aspect of life. Just open your eyes to it, and I think you'll truly understand what that means and understand that for yourself. So thank y'all for watching this video. Do something that makes you happy today. Try to look for God in the little things today. See where you can see God today. I think when you can acknowledge that and take the time to just be still and look around you and look at all that He's blessed you with, your gratitude is so much more. Your gratitude throughout the day is so much more. And it really just helps you perform better in every aspect of life. So thank y'all for watching this video. I'll see y'all in the next one.